story goes, this is how the story started. So this is a Water Witch Outboard motor, 1942 to 1945, 3 horsepower. And they were sold by Sears and Roebuck.
That's got great graphics on it.
Well,
Hell yeah.
so the story goes, over at the Glendale docks last summer, there was a flyer at the bulletin board that said, if this motor goes to a good home, you can have it, or something to that effect. And I think it was some couple from Guilford. So I got the flyer, and immediately, you know, Mr. Fay has a problem with motors, as you can see.
Or an incredible collection, however you want to put it.
Yeah, so this motor kind of caught my attention, because I don't have a lot of these Water Witch motors. It's kind of neat, kind of unique. So my brother called the woman up, and immediately she brought the motor down to us. And she said, you can have it, because it's going to a good home. So I got the motor, and then, I don't know, a week or so later I tried to get it to run. I couldn't make it run. Couldn't make it run. Couldn't make it run. So I gave up on it. And then, after during the holidays, I think I knew it had a problem with the ignition system. So during the holidays, I got on eBay, and I was able to find a magneto for it, for this particular motor, which I thought was pretty cool. So I got that during the holidays, and then when we came back to work in January, I put the new part in, or the used part, and the thing starts right up and runs good. I was thinking about this motor, and I knew that there was a story, a children's story, about an outboard motor that my mother probably read to me 100 times when I was a kid. So the book was written by Robert McCloskey, and this story is called One Morning in Maine. And it's a children's story about my mother gave me this book for my first birthday, December 25th, 1967, which is pretty cool. So, reading the story, it goes through all this stuff about this girl who has a loose tooth. And then at the end of the story, they need to go into town to get supplies in their rowboat with an outboard motor on it. So the cool part of the story is, so the motor turns out to be the same motor that this is right here. Water Witch Outboard motor, which you couldn't make run. So they had to paddle to shore to this town, small town in Maine, Bucks Harbor, Maine. And they found a mechanic guy that worked on the motor, put a spark plug in it. It's just a neat story. And they get their supplies. And then the last page, they're getting back in the boat. And there they are. They're having clam chowder for lunch.
There you go.
That's a cool little story. I think that's pretty neat. So this motor has no choke. It has a device that you push down, which holds the float and the carburetor down, and makes the charge go into the carburetor, the gas charge. So we'll see what happens here. These motors are kind of finicky. I've talked to a lot of people, and they call them Water Bitch Outboards because they were very unreliable, and they didn't always want to run.
No kidding.
That's a true story. So you turn the fuel valve on. Alright, let's see what happens here. Oh, you son of a bitch.
That's incredible.
There you go.
There you go.
That's all you get.